Good evening, my unseen warriors. I see you, the shattered, the forgotten, the ones the world discarded like an afterthought. You, who wake up every single day to face the same relentless torment, the icy glares, the hushed whispers of judgment, the cruel, unspoken truth that you were never meant to shine. You weren't supposed to matter. You were made to feel invisible, so unseen that even your pain became a silent echo, unheard and unacknowledged. And yet here you are. You still breathe, don't you? You still endure, fighting a war that feels unwinnable, staring at your reflection and asking yourself why. Why are you still here? Why are you still struggling? Why haven't you let the weight of this merciless world bury you like it has so many others? Let me tell you the hard truth: the world never cared. It never rooted for you. It scoffed at your dreams, ridiculed your ambitions, and trampled on your spirit with its relentless cruelty. They called you useless. They called you a failure. And somewhere in the depths of your soul, you started to believe them. You let their venom seep into your thoughts, convincing you that maybe, just maybe, they were right. But listen closely, because this is the moment everything changes. Right here, right now. This is the turning point, the shift in the narrative they never saw coming. You weren't made to blend into their hollow, shallow world. No, you were crafted for something far greater. You were destined to break free. Yes, you were nothing. And that's precisely why you are everything. The discarded, the overlooked, the broken, those are the ones who hold unimaginable power. While they laughed at your pain, while they ground you into the dirt, they missed something. Something so fierce, so untamed, that it's beyond their comprehension. They missed your potential. They didn't realize that the only way to forge something truly unbreakable is to first shatter it into pieces. You've been dragged through hell, betrayed, abandoned, humiliated, but every scar, every tear, every insult has been carving you into something extraordinary. You've been molded by agony, tempered by despair, and now the time has come. The world will see you for what you truly are: a force born from fire. The destiny that once mocked you is now your greatest weapon. The same cruel fate that made you feel worthless has unknowingly prepared you for a power so devastating, so absolute, that it will reshape the very fabric of existence. You will rise. From the ashes of your brokenness, you will emerge unstoppable, a force so colossal that the world itself will tremble beneath your feet. But make no mistake, this transformation will demand everything from you. This isn't a gift, it's a reckoning. To claim what's rightfully yours, you must destroy the version of yourself that clings to fear, doubt, and lies. The timid, hesitant you must die so that the unrelenting, unstoppable you can be born. The process will be brutal. It will tear you apart before it puts you back together. You'll face storms that threaten to obliterate you. But when the chaos subsides and you stand in the stillness of your victory, you'll realize what you've become. You, who once believed you were a shadow in a world of light, will now eclipse the sun itself. The universe will bend to your will. The heavens will quake at your command. And every single person who doubted you, mocked you, or turned their back on you will finally understand they were never the masters of their fate. You were. So feel the fear clawing at your chest. Let it rise. Let it burn. That fear is the last barrier between you and your destiny. Crush it. Obliterate it. And once you do, there will be no turning back. The world that tried to forget you will soon know your name. Not as a shadow, not as nothing, but as everything. But this is just the beginning. Do you understand that? This isn't the end of your story, it's the prologue to an epic no one ever saw coming. The world, the same one that turned its back on you, will now be forced to face you. Not as a victim. Not as the broken soul they left behind. But as a storm, a reckoning, a force so fierce it will carve your name into the marrow of time itself. Every whisper that tried to bury you will become a roar that amplifies your power. Every betrayal that cut you will now serve as armor, stronger than any weapon they could ever wield. You were not just made to survive, you were crafted to dominate, to reshape the narrative, to take everything they said you couldn't have. And when they see you, when their eyes finally lift to meet yours, they won't just feel regret. They will feel fear. They'll see the fire that was forged in the very pits of despair they tried to drown you in. They'll know in that moment that they didn't just overlook you, they unleashed you. The world thinks it understands power, but it's never seen what you're about to become. You're not just a survivor. You're not just someone who endured. You're evolution in its purest form. The embodiment of strength, resilience, and fury all wrapped into one unstoppable force. So take every insult they threw at you. Take every time they laughed, mocked, or dismissed you. Gather it all. Hold it tight, because that's not your pain anymore, it's your fuel. It's the fire that will burn away the chains they tried to bind you with. Stand tall. Step forward. The world doesn't get to decide who you are. You do. And with every step you take, the ground will quake, the doubters will crumble. And the shadows they once tried to confine you in will vanish forever. Now, this is your time. Your moment. The hour when the forgotten rise, when the unseen become undeniable. Go ahead, shake the heavens, defy the earth, because this is your declaration. You were never Nevan. You were always everything. And now the world will know it too. They tried to write you off, didn't they? They thought they could silence your story, erase your existence like you were nothing more than a fleeting whisper. But here's the truth: they'll never admit you were the spark they could never extinguish while they basked in their arrogance, thinking you were defeated. You were silently preparing for this moment. The moment when everything changes. Look around you. This world is trembling not because of what you've endured, but because of what you're about to unleash. Every time they ignored your voice, they strengthened your resolve. Every time they turned their back on you, they sharpened your edge. They thought you were fading, but in reality you were becoming a storm. And now that storm is here. It's not coming, it's already arrived. With every breath you take, you're proving them wrong. With every step forward, you're rewriting the rules of the game they thought they controlled. You aren't just part of the story anymore, you are the story. They'll try to understand it, but they never will. They'll ask, how did this happen? How did someone we dismissed rise so high? But they'll never grasp the answer because it was never about them. It was always about you, about your fire, about your refusal to break, no matter how hard they tried to shatter you. So let them watch. Let them feel the weight of what they underestimated. Let them see that the pain they used to tear you apart has now built a warrior they could never defeat. You are not their creation. You are not their victim. You are their reckoning. This isn't revenge, it's justice. This is balance being restored. You aren't here to destroy for the sake of destruction. You're here to reclaim what was always yours: your worth, your power, your destiny. Rise higher. Burn brighter. Let the whole world know that nothing, no insult, no betrayal, no hardship could break you. And as they stand in awe of the unstoppable force you've become, remember this: they didn't make you. You made you. The future isn't theirs anymore. It's yours. So claim it. Be the legend they'll never stop talking about. Because this is your time, your era, your eternity.